Hello, everyone. My name is Latasha Mathis McFarland, and today I'll be talking to you about obtaining credit, keeping good credit, and rebuilding it if you've already crushed it up. Okay, so I've been in banking for about 11 years now. A lot of people come to me and they want to know, well, how do I build credit? Sometimes it's always important to think about these things when you're 17, 18 years old, because by the time you're 25, 26, you could be a homeowner. So ways to obtain your good credit would be, if you do have a credit card, just try not to spend over 25 to 30% of your balance. Just make sure you pay it off before your billing cycle. A lot of times, we do get in a tight and we do have to use the credit card, that's fine, but just make sure we're paying it off before our bill cycles. And then sometimes people, they've had good credit and then they go through hard things and it's shot to crap. Okay, so one thing that you could do, what some people offer are secured credit cards. That's where you just have put your own money up. A lot of people just like, well, I don't want to do that because it's my own money. But it'll hurt maybe in the beginning, but in the long run, it'll make a difference. I know a lot of people, a lot of financial institutions, it's a refundable deposit. So once you kept the credit card good for about 6 to 9 months, sometimes the credit card company will turn it into an unsecured card and they'll send you a deposit back and you'll be on your way to good credit. But just always remember, don't carry your credit cards in your purse with you, because if you have them on you, you're more apt to use them. So let's just try to keep those at home in a safe place and not use them unless they're needed. A lot of times when you are getting ready to buy a house, that's what institutions look for, is revolving credit. But that's really what drives your score. And so just make sure that we're making our payments on time every time. Never be a day late. It doesn't matter if you call them and say, I'm gonna pay it on the 12th or whatever. That doesn't matter. It'll still report to your bureau as you being late. So let's just make sure we are paying our credit card bills on time, keeping them 30%. Make sure you only spend at least 30% of your balance. If so, pay them off, and once again, make on-time payments. Okay, another thing that we'll talk about is having a checking account. A lot of people think just because I have a checking account, that's building credit. That is a big no, it's not. Okay, so having a checking account is really good. You should start your children out 16, 17, teaching them the ropes of balancing a checkbook, checking their balances, the difference in between available balance and actual balance. You can spend, the available balance is what you have to spend. Your actual balance, that includes pending charges. Okay, so just don't think because I have a bank account I'm building credit, but it's always and very important for people to start out young, knowing how to at least balance a checkbook, use a debit card, things like that, and not be taken advantage of by other banks or financial institutions. Sometimes having a checking account, if you don't have it to spend, then don't spend it, because overdraft fees, they'll eat up your direct deposit when things come through like that. So let's just make sure we're always checking our balance. Let's just make sure that we're spending our available balance. And on paydays, make sure you pay yourself. When you say pay yourself, that's your savings account money. So you'll put, if you only have $30 to put aside, that's fine. $30 can turn into $1,000 if you just keep saving. But you have to be disciplined enough not to touch it. That's a really good thing that we need to start instilling in our children, is to save. You do not have to spend every dime that you get. always make sure when you're putting money to the side, this is money that you don't need, and make it out of sight, out of mind. So if you guys live in Monroe, try to get a savings account in Shreveport to where it's not readily available to you. Also and then when you're getting a savings account, make sure you're looking for accounts that yield, has a good interest rate on it. You won't make much money not unless you got $10,000, $20,000 to put aside. But just to make sure you're putting something aside. And over the years, you'll be more disciplined and you'll be able to put more to the side. That's going to be interesting. So I hope you guys learned something today from this segment. I'm Latasha, and if you want to contact me, and she'll help you out. All right. Thanks.
If you want to give your social media or anything like that?
Yes. I'm on Facebook, Latasha Mathis McFarland. And there's some just on Facebook. I'm not on. So.